Good afternoon. My name is Navlet and I am the owner, CEO of Backyard Cooking, the real Jamaican thing. I'm just showing you a little video on how to make oxtail. Let's start off with the peppers. This is the Scotch bonnet pepper, the real Scotch bonnet pepper in Jamaica. We have a little garlic here. We're going to use garlic into the oxtail, and we're going to use onion. This is onions. We're going to be using carrots. We're going to be using all of these ingredients. I have butter bean here. I have adobo season right here. We have thyme, T-I-M-E, oh, T-Y-M-E, thyme. Thyme we have here for the menu. We also have a little parsley that we're going to be using in the oxtail. We also have garlic powder we have here, and one of my favorite is lemon butter garlic. Tastes really good. The flavor is awesome. And I have onion powder here. We're going to be using a little of the onion powder today, and a little black pepper we're going to be using. Okay, also we're going to be using a little bit of the soy sauce we're going to be using in the oxtail. Also a little bell pepper, red bell pepper we have here. We also have the yellow one here, and we have the green also, and this is called the Rasta Pasta color. Okay, not to mention we also have scallion here, and just a little bit of butter for taste. Oh. And the main ingredient is the oxtail. And I'm going to show you how to remove a little bit of the fat so we can have less oil from the oxtail. I like to use vegetable oil, and also I'm going to be using my iron skillet. I'll show you that later on in the video. Okay, so as I mentioned before, then I'm going to be removing the fat from the oxtail as much as I can, so you can have less oil. So when you talk to people about oxtail, they said, oh, I love oxtail, but it's too fatty. So I'm letting them know that my oxtail is not fatty because I remove all of the fat, majority of the fat from the oxtail. And I'm sure you guys can't wait to see the finishing touch and the taste. Can't wait to taste it, right? So you see, the fat is gone, it's off. Okay, so here we go. We remove the majority of the fat from the oxtail. So now we're going to put it on the pipe, and we're going to rinse it nicely. So now we're going to rinse the oxtail a little bit. Okay, here we go, and see our nice, fresh and nice. It looks really nice, fresh and nice. And then now we are going to apply the seasoning to the oxtail. Now I'm going to put a little bit of the soy sauce here, so when you cook the oxtail or make the oxtail, you can get that nice brown look. Some people like to use browning. I don't like to use browning. I love to use just the soy sauce. Onion powder, I'm going to use a little onion powder in it. So this is the garlic powder. So I put a little garlic powder in there, and this is also one of my favorite, as I did said before, lemon butter garlic. And then we're going to do our adobo season, all-purpose seasoning. Just put a little bit of adobo seasoning in there. So this is the thyme leaf. Okay, so now I'm just going to put a little thyme in there. And the next thing I'm going to be putting in there is a little parsley. Black pepper, you can't leave that out. So now I'm going to be stirring this up, so I'm mixing the seasoning really nice. I'm gonna add and cut all of my ingredients in. I'm gonna do a little piece of the bell pepper, not bell pepper, rather the Scotch bonnet pepper. Right, and I'm going to do my garlic. This is garlic. Then I'm gonna be cutting up garlic. And then I'm gonna do my bell peppers. You're gonna see how pretty it looks with the Jamaican color. And now we're going to do the scallion. Yes, the scallion. And now we're going to be using our onion. And then here we go for the carrot. I like to cut the carrots a little bit thick. Here we go. And then we're going to mix it up again together. I like to use the skillet to do the oxtail. The oxtail tastes much better with the skillet. It slow cooks the oxtail. I don't have to put it in the oven. A lot of people do their oxtail in the oven, and a lot of people also do their oxtail in the pressure cooker. I don't like pressure cooker because number one, it's very dangerous, and number two, it cooks the food too fast for me. And these days, get back to the basic of life, as the songwriter said, where we take things slowly. And I like to use the skillet because it makes the food, cook the food very slow and soft, and the oxtail fell off the bone. It gives it that thick, that taste, that good flavor. So I like to use the skillet to do my oxtail on it because it makes the oxtail turn out. It's really good and tastes delicious. I'm going to be adding the oil. This is vegetable oil. You can use any other oil, your preference. You can use olive oil. You can use corn oil. I use vegetable oil because for me it's not too heavy and it's fried food. It makes the food really tasty and more brown. I'm going to add the oil to the skillet. And you don't need a lot of oil to the skillet, okay? The skillet is hot. So now we're going to be putting the oxtail into the skillet. And you hear that that sound? That is a good sound to hear. You have to remove all the seasoning from off the oxtail, like the onion, the scallion, because if you don't do that, then it's gonna burn. Then with this here, I'm going to put a little water in here. I'm going to be putting a little water in here because this is what you're going to be using to cook the oxtail for it to simmer down and cook real nicely. The oxtail is frying, so what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be tipping the water from the seasoning into the pot so it can brown. Okay, so as it goes along, here we go. And we're keeping the water in there because the water from the season is what cooks the oxtail. Okay, so you can get that brown, nice look. And a little bit more water to the oxtail. And then we're going to be turning it over. Now as you see, the oxtail is brown on each side. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be covering it so it can take its time and simmer down. And then we're going to turn the stove down a little bit. The stove is on medium low. Usually takes about 2 hours to do my oxtail because I cook it really slow and nice. So now we're going to do a little bit more water. And then as you see how the oxtail is taking its time cooking, You can start putting your pepper, adding your pepper, your Jamaican pepper into it for taste. Also, you can put the garlic and so forth. Okay? And then later on, we're gonna add a little butter to it, but not now. We just want to make it simmer down a little bit more. Okay? Coming back to you in 5. Here we go. The oxtail is taking its own time and it's simmering down nicely. It's getting tender. So I'm going to turn them over a little bit like this so they can absorb the spice and the seasoning. So as you can see how soft and brown they really are. And I'm sure they taste delicious too. So you just take your time and just cook it. Skillet is a great skillet to use for your oxtail. And you just take your time and simmer it down nicely with all the seasoning in it. And you take your time. Now I'm going to add the onion a little bit and the scallion, and you can cook onion and the scallion with the oxtail so you can get that flavor, nice flavor, taste. So, and also you can put the Scotch bonnet pepper in it, so just for flavor. Back home in Jamaica, we used to take things slowly. Here we are fast-paced. We have to get back to the basic of things, or the basic of life, where you take your time and you cook your food so you can have that real Jamaican taste and the flavor, not to mention the flavor. And also the garlic, you can put with the garlic to have it simmer down, and there we have it. And we'll come back again in a few. Okay, so here we go. The oxtail is taking its own time and simmering down nicely. I'm gonna add a little piece of butter to it so we can give it that taste also. And we just put a little piece of butter into the oxtail. All right, and we're gonna add a little bit more of the seasoning juice to the oxtail. I'll come back to you in few. Okay, now as you can see, the oxtail is tender, and I turned the stove down very low on it. I will be adding the carrots, okay, and we're going to be adding everything for the finishing touch. Okay, so it can simmer down. It looks good. Tastes good. I haven't tasted it yet, but I know it really tastes good. And as you can see, we just turned the stove down very low. If you want to enjoy it, there's no rush, absolutely no rush. I'm gonna cover it up and we're gonna come right back to it. Keep it covered for about a good 10 minutes because the stove is low, it's very low. So this is the finishing touch. Well, not quite finishing touch of the oxtail as yet. I have one more thing to add to the oxtail that is very important. The butter bean. And then we're gonna pour it on top of the oxtail. Here we go. Here we go. Isn't this looking good? Slow, cool, simmer, and dandy. Okay? This is the finishing touch of the oxtail. And then I'm gonna add a little parsley to the oxtail, just for color. Look at that. Take a good look at this. This is Jamaican oxtail. As I would say, this is the real Jamaican thing. The owner, CEO of Backyard Cooking, the real Jamaican thing we're dealing with here. The taste of the oxtail, I'm sure is tasty, no question asked, because it's my food and I know I cook very well. So, once again, this is Jamaican oxtail, and we're coming in live on Backyard Cooking, the real Jamaican thing. Peace out. And this is the oxtail that I made today. It is so soft, delicious, not too spicy, flavored, you name it, we got it. You can have it with salad, or you can have it with vegetable, or you can have it just the way it is. You can have it with rice and peas, you can have it with white rice. Which anywhere you want to have it, you can have it. And this is the oxtail. Talk good, walk good, coming in live again from Backyard Cooking, the real Jamaican team. Peace out.